For him, he does get through to that round of 8. We'll keep up to date with the rest of the bracket as we go, but obviously our main focus is on this top section, which is fired up full of great StarCraft 2, as we have in the round of 16. Two of the top players in the world right now. In the bottom left, our red Zerg is going to be Reynor. And in the top left, our blue Protoss player is going to be Classic. As we get into game number 1 of this best of 3, we kick this off and we get this underway. Persephone going to be our map. And yeah, Reynor, how are we going to do against Classic? This does feel like a difficult matchup for him. I do feel like this is the kind of matchup as well where if Reynor does have a way to kind of take Classic down, I don't think he's going to use it in this Monday Cup. If anything, I think Reynor takes this as a chance to try a couple things out, maybe test the longer game and stuff. But I think the reality is that if he has some real kind of up his sleeve plans for Classic, we're not going to see them 8 days away from the biggest tournament of the year. So, yeah, love that. Let's see what Classic we know is just top of the world right now. I actually think he's set up for a big performance in EWC. My biggest fear for Classic is genuinely just PvP. I think there's a couple of top-end PvPers that do kind of still have the edge over him there. He can play PvT and PvZ in EWC. And Classic's an interesting one because I do still feel sometimes Classic has that consistency issue as well. But right now he's being very consistent. So yeah, it's going to be a very fun EWC next week, guys. I mean, we're going to see all these top dogs. We're going to see what they have to show. That's going to be absolutely fantastic. Really excited to see. I mean, it's always exciting when you get to a World Championship caliber event as well because the players are in their best possible forms. There are going to be builds and takes on the meta, which we've not seen because people have been prepping specifically for this event. They've been prepping for their opponents. You know, I know everyone will be like, wow, it's not GSL. You don't know your opponents 3 weeks before and you have a week to practice, but there's no way that these guys are not going into EWC without a very good idea of what each and every possible opponent does, how they play, the approaches they make, and all of that kind of stuff, right? Like, you know, preparation in StarCraft 2 is not just prepping your own styles. It is knowing about anyone you could possibly come up against, especially what especially if you want to start considering your biggest threats. So there's going to be a lot of prep work in for that event as well. It's going to be pretty huge. Gonna see the couple of queens are there. Push the Adept out the front for a little bit. The one Adept shading back down through the natural into the main base. A few Zerglings are going to chase after as well. The Adept going to fire. One Zergling getting tapped at. A drone taking a bit of tapping as well. Link speed coming up. The couple queens still stepping through. And they're going to get onto that Adept in the next couple of moments, which is going to shade away out elsewhere. The Adept going to be annoying. Just grabbing a drone here or there as well. Link speed still coming up. Done a pretty good job of building spores, but we've had to build a bunch of them, and 2 drones still went down. So 1 Adept for 2 drones, not bad at all. Bunch of spores building. That's money that's not being spent elsewhere in the meantime. And yeah, well, we actually have the Oracle now showing up as well, so we're going to start seeing some Oracle harass here in the early stages as Classic looks to pressure in for a little bit of opportunity. Things going to wrap around there. There's actually another probe going down. The Adept continue to take damage. The Oracle will activate. A couple of those Zerglings going down. The other Adept coming over, helping to push that back. A couple Queens come up. The drones come in. Overlords in production. You have the Nexus and the Gateway still building as you just have... I mean, nice to see Reynor get across the map and get a few workers as well, right? Feels like you even up some of this early game damage. Definitely feels like something of a necessity. Otherwise, you know, you can definitely start seeing this game run away in favor of the Protoss player, right? If they start getting a couple drones here and a couple drones there. So getting back the other side is big plus. While the countdown, the Forge will start. The 2 Oracles will combine and double their power, one-shotting drones in the near future. What is that wall? It is a wall. I mean that's something, right? It's not the prettiest walls, but it is a wall, as the Queen's going to be there. Oracles immediately begin to take some damage, and they get pushed away toward the third base where they activate 2 drones already going down. Going to make that 3, going to make that 4. We have Zerglings continue to produce out as well. The Overlord still producing by. 10 drones continue to come up. The melee upgrade coming online. Flare coming through as well. And the hatchery also building up. So let's get back to the center. The Oracles gather up together. And we do have our melee upgrade continuing to just build in. So we are going to go for melee opening, which is great against what Classic is doing with the Blink Stalkers coming online. Obviously, there's a little bit of a roll of the dice of your build order here in ZvP, where melee upgrade really good against the Stalkers. Melee upgrade really not so good against like a faster Archon or Zealot-based opening. So there's definitely Glaives as well, obviously, is kind of in there too. But then the Glaives slash the Zealots slash the Archons are just much weaker to a non-melee upgrade, where someone is typically going to have their Roach Roaring down and be looking towards a Roach-based composition anyway, rather than having to build Roaches responsively. So there's that kind of little bit of a rock, paper, scissors effect. I think it's fairly well balanced in this matchup, where, like, yes, if you have no idea what your opponent's doing and you lose the rock, paper, scissors, you're going to lose hard, right? But if you know what your opponent's doing and you lose the rock, paper, scissors, you can still kind of get a second go of it. You're just, you're still in the game. It's just going to be a bit of a tougher situation, but absolutely not unwinnable, as these Stalkers are going to get there. I mean, this hatchery probably goes down. This is the 5th hatch of Reynor. He's going to let it finish, actually. He's going to start fighting with a few of the Lings. Does drop the transfusions down. Came in from the other side with the Lings, but the stasis catches, and I mean, the hatch goes down. The Broodlings will help fight. We do get rid of 1 Oracle at least, and a couple Stalkers dying too. This is not free damage. The Stalkers do not have Blink yet. I mean, it's going to finish in a few seconds. We're going to decide just to recall in the end, as Classic realizes this was a little bit of a tricky one. That stasis catching so many of those Lings. If that didn't happen, those Stalkers all die. That was actually a huge stasis warp, because without that, Classic would not have anything right there. As we do have Storm not ready yet, by the way, so these High Temple are not useful right now. And that's going to be a cancelled 4th base. So remember that was just the 5th of Reynor as well. This was not the 4th. So he loses a 5th, he cancels a 4th of his opponent, and both players kind of trade blows here already at the 7-minute marker. Back and forth, base denying action, with Reynor now taking a different approach to a 5th base, with the hatchery coming up on the gold on that 3 o'clock position. A very different way to play out Persephone. The one where, honestly, does Classic typically send units across over there? Probably not for a while. There's no way Stalkers want to wander over there. Maybe once Zealot charges up and you're going to start sending Zealot run-bys around, you will make more of an attempt on that base. But Reynor taking it so quick may have time to effectively get some defense and some static defense there to help you defend against possible Zealot run-bys and so on. So I do think that's something else that we can keep our eyes pinned onto. As 13 additional Hydras come up into play. The Infestation Pit will be finishing very shortly as well. One more Revelation just dropping down onto that main base. Keeping an eye on the structures. You know, if you could see the hive timing, for example, that would be amazing. Lings Hydras work their way up that right-hand side. Still trying to get a little bit more done. Charging the +2 attack upgrade coming into play as well. 4 more Zealots. Robo Facility. Fleet Beacon coming up as the Hydras are going to come try and wrap around a little bit. Couple Storms coming down. Lings and Hydras continue to take some shots, but they're obviously dealing some damage as well. We close the distance on the Stalkers very nicely, and now we're chasing down the High Templar. No more Storms available, so this High Templar, okay, they do get 1 Storm off to protect themselves, and these few Lings get the kills. Trying to block these High Templars from escaping, forces the Archon Morph. That's what you're looking for. Guarantees the kill on those Templar. And obviously the Archon Morphing buys you a little bit more time on them, but they're not going to get away. And Reynor makes a major catch on Classic's army. And Classic is going to find himself caught out there. Now trying to drop some Storms. Bane speed is only just starts. These Banes are not as effective as they want to be, but they're still going to be a threat as they move up this ramp. The High Templars are going to go down. The Zealots are going to get blasted Baneling style. And the Pylon going down, stopping a warp and depowering the battery. And Reynor going to come clambering in for a Game 1 victory here against Classic in this opening game of the...
Okay, let them come. Who did you say? MaxPax has never shown his face online. Reynor is like 1.60 meters. I think Clem doesn't... I'm not sure if he's allowed to ride most of the roller coasters yet. They can come and fight me.
Fair enough. But it's a good point. Is there anyone you'd be scared? Is there anyone you'd be scared of if they came for you?
Yeah, Showtime.
Showtime
said he had a problem with the seeding. I said, I've already reverted. The seeding sucks already. Why would you come up with this? A terrible way of going about it. You're so stupid.
Yeah, Showtime.
Dude, I throw you under the bus so fast, you wouldn't even have seen the bus coming yet.
That's
It's
okay.
insane.
I'm so used to it. I'm already in protective anti-bus gear, you know, like...
Yeah. It's got the helmet.
yeah.
All right.
Every time I
Do
cast
you
it, I
wanna
put the
knock?
helmet on. What, sorry?
Do you want to knock?
Oh yeah, I can knock me. Hang on. Feels like being a kid, man. I'm gonna go knock on my buddy. See if he wants to come
I
out and
like
play.
it though. I like the knocking.
Yeah, I like
think
the
it's
knocking too.
it's respectful.
I just forget where it is every time. There it is.
Yeah. Do you also used to do that? Like you go to around someone else's house and then you're like, is Timmy home to play? You know, because his mom would open
Yeah,
the door.
yeah. That's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
knocking on your friend. Like
Ah, God.
this is a
Don't
classic.
nowadays, I bet people just text all the time. Dude, kids,
Yeah.
they're like 6, they have a smartphone.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
He's like, "Can you come out?" He's like, "Hang on, gotta text my mom to find out. She's like 2 rooms away, you know."
Yeah. God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not the same anymore.
It's not the same at all. And you know that when something isn't the same anymore, it's by definition worse.
It's by definition worse.
Yeah.
I see. Is this why everyone
through
wants to go back to the
traditionalist.
6 worker start?
Yes. Yeah, actually. Yeah.
All right. Reynor Classic. Reynor's up a game. He's not beaten Classic in a best of 3 this year.
How many times did they play though?
4.
Oh, okay, that's quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like, I could make a lot of stats where I look as a great player all of a sudden, but then I've never played them. Harstim has not lost to Zero in a best of 7 in the past 12 years.
Feels bad, man.
No, it feels fine.
So yeah. I mean, I guess you didn't see the first game at all, right?
No, I was busy losing myself.
Busy losing.
Yeah, I still had things to do.
Yeah. Well, TLDR. It was Ling, Hydra, catching, Stalker, High Templar. And
Oh, was it a loser build?
pretty much, yeah. Just blinks,
Yeah.
just 2 oracles, blink stalkers into the storm.
Yeah, but did he move out with the Blink Stalkers or did he only move
Yes.
out after he got Storm?
No,
Okay.
he
Oh,
moved
okay,
out with the
but
blink stalkers pre-blink. He had to recall before blink finished.
Oh,
He killed the
high
5th.
test.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, he killed the 5th with a pre-blink move out.
Yes.
I like that there was a 5th at that point already. Yes.
It was a
It's
game.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it was a game. Yeah.
You sound like you've had a wild weekend.
No, my my voice actually is in a little bit of pain.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was a wild weekend. But it's the other.
No, it's just been like I think I damaged my vocal cords somehow a little bit.
Too much talking.
Like, yeah, maybe I think so. Especially do you call it the higher register? It's it used to be more painful like a couple of days ago. So I took some time off and it's getting better. But if I squeal in excitement, it actually hurts quite a bit.
I see. We'll keep it. I'll do the squealing.
You'll do squealing.
Yeah.
I should have like a button.
You should have a
get,
button
like,
to make me squeal.
yeah, you know these things where you shake someone's hand and they get like electrified. I should have a button that basically does that to you from from a remote pretty much. So I click it and you get buzzed and then you squeal automatically. So when I'm wanting to do it, it happens the instant I want it.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And the added benefit of electrifying you for fun. So it's really a win-win for everyone involved.
Yeah. I'm sure that's completely allowed by Twitch.
Yeah. Oh, it probably isn't. Wankers.
Yeah. I think Fear Dragon tried to make a thing where Chuck could electrocute him when he got supply blocked or something. But it was against Twitch TOS as the Oracle goes down. Nice catch for Reynor.
Gate, Forge Twilight. What are we doing over here? Fast melee as well. So far the trades have been 5 workers killed, Oracle and 2 adepts. I mean, we look at the state of the game. I'm kind of okay with this for Reynor, no?
Yeah, but he does need to obviously know it's glaives, right?
This glaives is very late, Wardy.
It is, but maybe that's the most dangerous kind of glaives.
There's also no lair yet. There's also no links to... Oh, there's a couple of links actually. Okay, it's gonna lose a couple of workers. Exactly a couple. There's no Baneling Nest. No... What is this?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Les starts up now, and Classic's gonna start Temple Archives. Just makes it look normal, apart from the fact he's got a ton of adepts on the map that would usually be stalkers.
like a storm is going to be done by the time that the Hydra then starts. Like that is not a normal context to play PvZ, and these adepts are also managing to shade by entirely. Reynor is not going to get the info that he needs. He has 2 hatcheries on the way, Lair on the way, Bailing Nest halfway done, Melee halfway done. Still doesn't get the scout here on those right side adepts. These adepts sneaked by big time, and now I think Reynor is in a world of trouble.
Yep, this definitely seems like Trouble City because he just has no preparation. We saw something very similar last week, right, when Shin played a Classic in the finals, and
yeah,
he just was not ready at all, expecting the Adepts. I mean, we start him off in a few Banes, but 3 Banes is not super scary unless these Adepts really get choked up against them. Right now, they're going to stack against these Lings, but with the Queens here as well, it's a better fight than I think a lot would expect for Classic.
Yeah, this went kind of okay, to be honest. These 2 adepts are still going to finish up. It is, of course, 62 workers to 60, and we're having a +1 melee Ling army on 62 drones against someone whose Storm is pretty much finished. 4 Templar out on the map, and the supply is relatively even. So I actually still think this is a great position for Classic. I do feel like that maybe it could have gone better had that shade in the natural been a bit more, like a bit less exposed, I guess. Because it did feel pretty exposed there.
Yeah, if we hit in the mineral line, he didn't really truly deepen the mineral line to minimize the surface area as much as he maybe could have done, but... I mean, Reynor now has a bunch of Lings on the map. Storm finishes, it's going to be tough to do much with them. But this also gives him freedom to drone. Hydra Den will be well on its way now. Do you think Classic has any... Because obviously his Blink's like an eternity away right now, so does he have any real push out onto the map before Reynor has a chance to set up onto Hydras and everything?
No, I don't think he wants to move out on the map either. I mean, he just lost a lot of adepts to a bunch of Lings. He probably knows that Reynor is droning up. Is Reynor just gonna play Hydra Ling Bane here off of an insane drone count? This is so old school.
It does seem that way currently because he's not really teching up. You know, there's no infestation pit investment or anything. It's just pure kind of baseline unit production. 86 drones going to 90 plus.
There's no bailing speed though, Wardy. I think this is a mistake, a misclick. Well, not a misclick, a lack of a click, really, if anything. We are missing a click.
Yeah, it was the same last game as well, I think. He had Bane's rolling into Classic's third, but they weren't rolling. They were waddling, and Bane speed was just starting. So it was kind of a late Bane speed then as well. Very similar to this game, actually. Obviously, as Blink finishes, you have a bit more chance to be on the map if you want to be as Classic, but he is likely just going to start charge very quickly to you and start having a mineral dump available to him as a few Hydras show themselves. The Oracle will revelate. Obviously, one thing that Reynor doesn't have is a lot of creep spread, right? Like, he's got a little bit out the front, but it's not, like, crazy out there on the map.
Yeah, but I don't actually think I care, to be honest. Like, this feels pretty much like a counter to what Classic is doing, because Classic wants to go into Fleet Beacon fast Tempest to pretty much be capable of dealing with anything. As I say that, he's going to lose 2 Templar here over on the 3rd base location. That's a really bad start, I think. And because, like, where's the value for him right now? He's going to have a lot of Storms. That's one. That's great. And then the rest of his value really is going to be put into cannons, right? 85 workers for him. He's planning on moving out, which I think is a huge blunder if that's his actual plan. I don't want to be out on the map right now. We see a 2nd Stargate and Fleet Beacon coming in. I think he's lacking the read that this is still being done on lair attack. Like, this is going to be a massive Baneling attack, and then there's going to be another massive Baneling attack, and another one, and another one, and another one. Pretty much till forever, until one of them has to tap out because they have nothing left. And here comes the first one, Wardy.
Stasis was getting popped. Honestly, not too badly. I think the stasis on the far left is maybe the roughest. We do see some Bane's going to reach the High Templar, and they all get blown up in the center. There's one on the bottom that had 2 Storms on it, but he's going to be the last Templar alive. The Bane survived through to hit the mineral line as well, and everything else has crumbled as Reynor is going to kind of just dominate this series. Coming in, looking for the 2-0 right now. If these Hives can continue to fight and finish off. I mean, Lings are coming out of stasis. We also have Lings that are also pouring on through from across the map as well at this point in time. So, yeah, looking very good for Reynor, who's going to finish this Nexus off, and his reinforcements are going to put him in a great place.
What a weird opener, Wardy. That layer started 5 minutes and 30 seconds in, and he's going to clean this up, man. He's going to clean this up like a beast, like it's his job. But his job is to play StarCraft, Wardy.
Well, you can say that this is his job still. Playing StarCraft like a beast.
He's cleaning, like he's clean. Like this is not part of his job anymore.
This isn't StarCraft, this is just clean up.
These are chores.
These are the chores.
These are chores. What the hell?
Well, you know, every
You
job
can use
has
this
its...
in a fight with his significant other. He's like, oh, you didn't do the dishwasher. Like, don't worry about it. I cleaned in game today. He's like, well, that's not really how it works. You gotta stop using this argument. I'm leaving you.
I do not think that one's gonna go down well.
I'll test run it tonight. I'll tell you how it goes,
Test
Marty.
run it tonight. I cleaned up in this 1-2 defeat in the round of 16.
Classic is absolutely cooked over here. This is going to be his first 0-2 in a while as well against the Zerg, and his first loss since, I want to say, earlier this month, where he lost 1-2 against Shin. Classic was on a hot streak, and Reynor stopping him dead in his tracks with an absolutely phenomenal game here.
Yep, obviously too much. Reynor is going to get the 2-0 advance through, and a big win.